Welcome to the Liminal Open Codex. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Liminal Codex. We are going to be taking a look at the full moon in Leo that is going to be happening on February 1st. Now, it's going to be the full moon in Leo, but the sun is going to be in Aquarius. So we are officially in Aquarius season. So as soon as we hit February the 1st, we are jumping right into a full moon. My name is Anna, by the way, and welcome back, guys. So what's really interesting about this is that we have a whole host of planets that are currently in Aquarius at this time. We're gearing up for including Mars. Okay, so we're gearing up for a lot of interesting things to start happening, including Uranus going direct. We also have Neptune that is going to be moving into the sign of Aries, which is the zodiacal new year. We are now in the year of the horse, the Chinese year of the horse. We have Pluto that is stationed direct in Aquarius and will be there for quite some time. We also have Mercury. Okay, this is about speaking. It's about speaking for the collective speaking up. These are all themes that we are expecting to see around this time. Okay, we also have Venus that is in Aquarius. Happy birthday to my Aquarians out there. Any place that you have Aquarius 7th house placements, okay? If you guys are experiencing this, this is my birth chart, so Aquarius is in my 7th house. Aquarius would be in the 11th house. Okay, so 11th house placements. Okay, guys, so see where you have Aquarius in your birth chart, because this is going to be a time where you may feel a little more, say, angry or quick to temper if you have if you have Aquarius in your moon, because the moon is responsible for emotions, right? So if our emotions are slightly heightened with Mercury being there and Mars as well, we may be quick to temper. We may say some things that we can't necessarily take back. This is also a time for us to stand up and be loud about our opinions whenever it comes to the collective, right? Okay, we're seeing a lot of that right now playing out. So, ladies, if you would please, what themes are we to look at during this full moon? Full moons are times for Venus. How interesting, because I said Venus will be in, or it currently is in, Aquarius. So this is about knowing your worth and your value. Venusian energy is the Empress, okay? It's about growth and expansion. Where can you grow and expand? Give and receive love. Find value and see beauty. This may also be a time whenever you're feeling more radiant, whenever you're feeling like, I do want to grow and expand in some area. What's very interesting is that it's very nearly in opposition to Jupiter, which is the planet of growth and expansion, Jupiterian energy, right? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Not quite just yet. But it is almost time for you to begin taking action on some things, because whenever Uranus, by the way, Uranus is the traditional ruling planet. It is the ruling planet of Aries and Aquarius. So it's that of Aquarius. It's that kind of it's the Fool. It's taking that leap of faith. With Pluto being there, it can be fated leaps of faith. This can be about, think Plutonic energy, Scorpionic energy, death, rebirth, the Tower. All right, endings for new beginnings. And as I freaking say that, I look down. I didn't even look down. Pluto, showing up here in your reading. Yeah, you may be ruled by Pluto. See where you have Pluto in your natal birth chart. I know this seems like homework whenever I do this, and I just talked about Neptune. Neptune, okay, dreams and transcend, transformation. Pluto is the god of the underworld. It's asking you to kind of go to hell and back. And we had this in another reading a little bit back. So it's kind of saying, like, where do I need to, what have I been dreaming of doing? What is it that, with dreams and transcendence here, what have I been dreaming of doing with Neptune? What is it that I'm ready to take action on? What am I ready to take a leap of faith on? What is it that I want to do? If you see the chart over here, by the way, this is from the Star Wheel app. This is something that my husband is actively in the process of creating. So I was granted permission to go ahead and show you guys. It's not available yet, still in production, but just keep an eye out. All right, Venus, give and receive love. Pluto, where have you been denying yourself? Where do you need to change in order to allow that love to come to you? Remember, the Empress is about allowing, it's about saying, I know my worth and my value. I do not chase, I attract. All right, Plutonic energy, what needs to change in order for me to Neptune, dream, and transcend and take that leap of faith? All right, Neptunian energy is also about Pisces, which has a very dreamy aesthetic to it. Neptune has been in Pisces for quite some time. It is now going to be moving into Aries. All right. At the time of the full moon, it is at 0 degrees of Pisces, which means it is getting ready to ingress into Aries. Okay, as you see right here on the chart. That will also meet up with Chiron. So this is saying, what is it that is wounded within me that needs healing? What is it that I need to bring to the light? What is it that I need to take a look at for my best and highest good so that I can transform? What shadows have been staying silent, hidden? What have I been keeping to myself that I really do need to talk about or allow my voice to be heard? What's interesting is that we have the American Super Bowl that will be happening on the 8th. We also have a very interesting alignment that is coming up. As I said before, Mars and Pluto being in the sign of Aquarius has not happened since the Civil War, the American Civil War. Apologies for those of you who are in different countries. So it's definitely about, okay. The card that we got is Manaz. Society, teamwork, dependency, and unity. I couldn't have said it better myself. This is very Aquarian energy. Okay. It's about, as a collective, what is it that we stand for? What is the community? What is the society that we want to? How can we work together to bring this into fruition? Some of you are saying, well, you know what? I don't really care about the collective. I feel like that is going to really be changing over the course of the next little bit. I want to use the Persephone Tarot as we are kind of coming out of this winter or coming upon spring. Okay. So again, look and see where you have Neptune, Pluto, and Venus. Or better yet, what is it that you have been wanting to grow and expand? What is it that you have been dreaming about? And what are you willing to take a leap of faith on? What is it that you're willing to end for a new beginning? Death and transformation, the Fool, the World, okay? Fated. What is calling you to take that leap of faith? Okay, I'm not scrying for this reading. I'm going strictly off of the astrology, thus the name Tarot and Astrology. This is important stuff, guys, because we have a lot of things that are going on that are very rarely seen. All right. It is a time of transcendence. It is a time of awakening for the masses. It is time for us to finally strip that mask off, the veil of illusion that we've been saying everything's going to get better, everything's going to be fine, and we finally take a look around and see what truly aligns with Pluto, our morals, ethics, beliefs, standards. Pluto is also the Hierophant, right? It's about the way that things have always been done, tradition, values. Has that changed for you over the course of, I don't know, yeah, the world, over the course of the past year or so, over the course of the past several years, okay? The world, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Very, very interesting. Let's see. What else, please, ladies, if you would. Yeah. The Ace of Wands. There is an essence of something really needing to close out in order for fresh new growth, for new excitement, new adventures, new sparks of inspiration, whether on a collective level, and I do feel like that is also the case, but also on a personal level as well, for we are all a part of the collective. Okay, this could be, yeah. I really do feel as if some of us are going to Sheol and back. Some of us are going through a very transcendent period at this point. You may be waking up to new gifts that you have. You may be looking at your fellow man differently and saying, we're not that dissimilar, 11/11 just passed. Okay. Okay, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups can be about being satiated, right? Fours are all about stability. You can reach for the fourth cup, but do you really need it when you have three in front of you? Or is there something missing that you do want to invest in an emotional sense? The Four of Cups can also lend itself to you feeling like you may be missing out on something. If I don't take this, if not now, when? If not me, who? Okay, that I'm hearing that adage. Okay, the Magician underneath the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Cups. It's like you are taking active action to cultivate something and gaining more experience or wisdom, knowledge. The Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarian energy. Very heady. I was again getting this in a previous reading for you guys. The Magician, Mercurial energy. Mercury is also in Aquarius right now. Virgo and Gemini energy. All right. So it's kind of like you saying, how can I put an action plan together? What is it that I need to get busy doing in order to manifest from a place of love, from a place of holistic wand, cup, pentacle, sword, everything. All right, the Magician has all the tools at his or her disposal. It is only a matter of taking that initiative to speak into as above, so below, as within, so without. It's a matter of taking the appropriate actions, not only manifesting, but taking the active steps to do exactly what it is that you need to put the pieces into place. As like you've been dreaming about this long enough and you're finally ready to go ahead and get ready to take that first step, that leap for some of you. The World. What is this? The World. The Four of Wands. Okay, some of you are closing out a marriage. You're closing out, could be with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have the King of Cups here. This could be about you changing the way that you view stability and emotion. All right. The World can be a closing. It can be an opening. It can be a completion, or it can be an achievement. For some of you, this is saying, I'm ready to open myself up to the possibility of house, home, family. The Four of Wands, 11/11. Marriage, long-term commitment. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to take that leap of faith. For some of you, you're saying, I'm closing the door on this and I'm choosing to love myself. That's another way that I could read this. Whichever is best suited for you, I feel like that is what you're going to do. Before I met my husband, I was completely ready to live in a cabin in the woods, off the grid, complete hermit style. And I would have been absolutely fine by myself. That's my personality. You may not feel the same way. What is this Ace of Wands? What is this passionate spark? whatever it is, Aquarian energy here coming out with the star, it's something that I feel like it could put you in the spotlight. All right, this is very Sun in Leo. That is Leo's cards, or that is Leo's card. It can be about putting yourself in the spotlight, as can the star. Literally being a star, or being seen, being noticed, being recognized. Some of you may be speaking up, speaking out, and by doing so, you're attracting attention. This is not necessarily a bad thing. Otherwise, for some of you, you could be setting out on this new project and you're saying, I have to get this in front of a lot of people. I need to get this seen. I need to get this noticed. Okay, why the star? Justice. Okay. The imagery on the card is half Hades, by the way, half underworld, Plutonic energy, and half Persephone in the mortal realm. So it's almost like she is the guarder of secrets. She is someone who can travel between worlds. She holds all of the ethereal knowledge, the Torah, in her. I'm sorry, this is Justice. I was looking at the imagery and not reading the card. It is very much giving me the High Priestess. But Justice, okay, so you could be looking about ways to go restoring balance here in a situation, bringing light to something in order to restore balance. This could be law and legalities, especially if this is having to do with, I've been in this relationship for far too long and I really do want to expand. I know my worth and my value. Pluto, death, endings, transformations. This has to end. Neptune, I've been dreaming about this, okay? These are all the cards that you have here. Society, teamwork, dependence, unity. For some of you, this was a situation where you felt like, emotionally, you were very tied to whatever this was. This could be time for you to take off on a brand new adventure here with the Ace of Wands, the Star, towards something that is a wish fulfillment. And Justice, that aligns with your truth. Justice, Libran energy, it can be about the truth and nothing but the truth. It can be about law and legalities. It can be about seeing the unseen. It can be about balance, balancing the scales, okay? Why the Four of Cups? Why the Four of Cups? I do want to see the Four of Cups. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. Let me just grab another one. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, give me one more. Seven of Swords. 7-7. I feel like you're willing to ignore or leave something behind here of an emotional nature in order to plant seeds and work on something in secret. Okay, this could be that you're putting all of the pieces together. Again, the moon underneath the bottom of the deck, Cancer and Piscean energy. This is about, I've been dreaming about this. I've been thinking about this, but I have to keep it silent. I have to keep it secret. This is putting all of the pieces into place. As I say that, the Three of Pentacles here, this is saying, yeah, I'm slowly building this stable foundation. Ooh, interesting. But I feel like with the Five of Swords and the Two of Cups here, you are worried about this connection. You could be worried about going this alone. You could be worried about this. These are whenever I pull from the bottom of the deck, these are the subconscious energies. So this is literally saying that there may be some hesitation or reservation about leaving something that is familiar behind. Again, there's a sense of having depended on the emotion that was here. The Four of Cups literally is one cup that is being handed to this person, or one cup that is being handed to from Spirit, given from Spirit, from the universe, and you're asked and tasked with saying, do I need this fourth cup, or am I fine with the three that I have in front of me? What is it that I want? What is it that I don't want? You may be turning this away. In some images, he's literally taking his, talk to the wrist because the hand is pissed. I don't want your cup. You could be saying that. You could be saying there's too much bad baggage here. Yeah. I feel like you could be weighing your options here with justice. The Seven of Swords, it's giving deception vibes. It just is. Whether or not this is you setting out to go ahead and prepare a place, society, teamwork, you may have help from others. Especially if this was something that you've been planning for a period of time. I do want to get some advice. Please, ladies, if you would. And then I am going to do a follow-up video, by the way, guys, for what is coming to the light, the standard full moon. Okay, thank you, ladies. The standard full moon message as well. This is the tarot and the astrology. So this is the astrology that we're working with and what it's lending itself to. Am I settling for something here that I know is not for my best and highest good? I know my worth and my value, and this just is not cutting it anymore. I may have been deluded, Neptune, into thinking that this was the person that I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. I could have been deluded into falling in love with the idea of this place. Some of you could be moving. Break free from emotional dependence. Literally, I said that over here. Break free from emotional dependence. True independence comes from within. Free yourself from emotional reliance on others. Did I not say dependence here? And then the King of Cups. Yeah. Cultivate courage. Courage isn't about the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward despite it. There's that leap of faith. And I really feel like you're being asked and tasked with taking that plunge, even though you know that this is... Pluto is giving, like, destiny, but it's also giving death and transformation. It's something that needs to happen, but it's not always the most comfortable. Change never is, right? Right. But without it, then we would stay stuck and stagnant forever. Underneath the bottom of the deck, forgive yourself. Forgiveness isn't for others, it's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. And I will never forget when I got divorced. That was such a dirty word in my household because my parents had stayed together. You know, that was the times. And I worried so much about what other people would think, and I felt a sense of shame around that. I had to forgive myself for the choice that I decided to make and start a fresh new life. It ended up being not the best decision in the world. I did ultimately need to take that path to learn what it is that I needed to learn from that situation. All paths lead to the same. You do have free will, but there is a sense of, if it is fated and destined to occur, to happen to you, especially if this is a lesson that needs to be learned, it will in fact happen. Okay? As far as the signs are concerned, again, with all of these planets here, we have Neptune, which is Cancer and Piscean energy, which we saw underneath the moon. It's delusion. It can be dreaminess. It can be the unknown. Pluto. This is Scorpio, Aries. Right now, Pluto is stationed direct in Aquarius. Could very well be in regards to Aquarius. Venus. Okay. This is Taurus and Libra energy. You could be dealing with one of those signs. This is about knowing your worth and your value. It's also about legacy. It's about your morals, your ethics, your beliefs, and your standards as well. Both of these coming up, Pluto and Venus, are really making me think that you're kind of seeing something that you've always known to be true and taken for fact in society, in a household environment. You've always taken it for granted that this was the way that things were supposed to be, that it was normal. Let me tell you, there is no such thing as normal. What is normal to a bumblebee is absolutely foreign to a fish. Normal is a word that we use to describe within normal limits. It's honestly meant to keep us separate by saying, she's not normal, he's not normal, they're not normal. We all have our own brand of normal, okay? Let's get that straight. We had the Ace of Swords underneath the bottom of the deck. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio here in the world. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here in the King of Cups. Aquarian energy here in the Star. Leo, Sag, and Aries, appropriately enough, in the Ace of Wands. Justice, Libran energy. That is it as far as the majors are concerned. And do keep in mind that because the moon, how apropos, is in the sign of Leo, that we should also be taking Leo into account. Where is Leo in your chart? How can you take active action? Where can you gain the strength? Think of the cards of Leo. What is it that needs to be brought to the light? The sun is very happy here in the sign of Leo because it is Leo's card. This is about bringing things to the light. It's about seeing what cannot be unseen. For some of you, yes, this is seeing through the lies and the bullshit of what you have always been taught to believe. And you're saying, I choose not to live in Delulu land any longer. It may upset some people at first, but then again, that can also help you to decide who are fair weather friends and who are really true friends. Okay? It's a very interesting time. We are at a spiritual turning point, a collective turning point. We are at this pivotal intersection here where from now on, the ball is going to keep rolling, snowballing, and hopefully in a positive direction for all of us within. Okay, guys? That's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe if you have not yet already. If you would like a more in-depth personal reading with me, you can always book that in the description box down below. And let me tell you, if I get into the synastry reading and looking at your personal chart with the Lenore Star Wheel here, it's going to give you some very shocking insights into how the astrology has really played a role in bringing you to or having the belief system that you do, and even character traits. It's wild. It really is eerily on par. Okay, guys, take care, and I will see you again here soon.